are back. And what is this background? Did I even
That's
click
the
on
first
that?
thing. That's the first thing that came to my mind when the screen came up. Like, I don't know, was this here beforehand? Oh,
That
okay.
is crazy.
Like, what was up with that?
Anywho, okay, I do not know, but maybe my finger slipped. Who knows? But whatever. We are back. I am the Light of the Leah with my great brother, JoJo Speaks. We are here to review episode 3 of Netflix, The Glory. Okay, this is a show that I made my brother watch just for me because it was so good to me. And you know what? What I'm really learning about us watching stuff that we're making each other watch, I'm really seeing what he likes to see and vice versa, and why we love it. And I'm able to, really kind of identify with some things there.
Yeah.
But let us go ahead and get started. I was smart enough to go ahead and start the music before this thing even got going. So I'm doing it. Just
Okay.
know that when I'm over here, I'm certainly producing and what? Recording. All
Okay.
right. This is the episode 3 once again. Let us go ahead and get started. First of all, just now I use my little small, little handy dandy notebook because if I don't take all these notes, I would not be able to get as in depth as I would like to because this is one of those shows. Every little thing matters. Okay.
Right.
We have to
Literally.
be available and paying attention to every little thing. So it certainly matters. I don't know how I made it through the first episode. I literally just wung it, but we learn, we grow, and now I'm better prepared. So let us get started. So the first scene in oh gosh, it's sad. The first scene of the episode 3, but we see why Hyun Nam needed her husband killed. Um,
Yes.
we see her daughter. She looked
Hmm.
like she had a little blood on her, little bruising and things of that nature. And then we go straight to their apartment where Hyun Nam's husband is putting hands on her, and it's such a dramatic scene there, and it's just so sad because
Yeah.
this baby girl, I say she's about like 13, 14. You know,
Yeah. Hmm.
she picked up a knife to start the process to try to defend her mother against her drunk daddy. Thoughts, Jonathan?
Something that I really need to say, first off, before we get started. The violence that happens in this particular series is very surprising to me every single time that I see it. And I don't
Mm,
know why I'm not used to it yet, but I'm just not used to it. And I don't know if it's because I'm not used to seeing Asian people be violent. Because I don't watch a lot of like martial arts movies or action movies or things of that nature. So I really don't see, Asian people fighting like that. But
mhm.
the violence that I see, it's so real in this series for me. And initially I didn't recognize that it was old girl who was getting beat up, but then I realized, later on that that's what it was.
Hyun
um
Nam.
I love the fact that her daughter wanted to defend her. I love the fact that her daughter wants to save her mother. I
Mm-hmm.
loved seeing that. um and I love the fact that what is her name again?
Hyun Nam.
Yum Nam. I love the fact
It's
that
with the
Yum
H.
Nam, Hyum Nam,
Hyun Nam.
Hyum,
Mhm.
Hyum Nam. Yes,
Yeah.
I love the fact that Hyum Nam would not allow her daughter to kill her father.
Mm-mm.
And she said, if anything, let me be the one to do it, because the daughter was like, only a minor. I won't do nearly as much time as you would if I did it. But
Exactly.
I love the fact that Hyum Nam would not allow her daughter to take that step, because she probably knows the effects that it will have on her daughter
That's it.
more than just the punishment itself, but
Exactly.
the after effects of knowing that you've taken someone's life. That is something that will never leave you ever. And I've never killed anybody before,
You
but I
haven't?
know about things that I've done and things that have not left my mind. And I know if I were to do that, that would never leave my mind
Oh,
ever.
never. Not even a little
So
bit.
that scene was in a cynical way. It sounds like I'm being cynical, but it was perfect because of the
Yeah.
way that it was staged, the dialogue, all of it. It was awesome, and I'm pretty sure that we will see his life come to an end before the end of this series. I won't put any money on it, but that's
Mhm.
just an assumption. But yeah,
Okay.
good scene.
One thing I will say about, this being your first time seeing those things from, people of Asian descent or, specifically Korean. So
Right,
you got to think about it. Here in America, we see white people and they try to get in black people and then in those violent areas they make sure they have black people, they make sure that they have Hispanic people and things of that nature. We don't often see um Asian Americans
right,
in the light those lights. We don't see a whole lot of representation, and when I get you to watching at least one of these African, I think either Nigerian or Ghanaian
mm,
movies that I've seen or series that I've seen, it's like you will see different things that we don't get representation of here in America. So,
right,
this is why I'm sure that you're seeing something new, and then they're doing it the way that they see themselves, or because of course, everybody sees themselves in every light. It's
right.
just that the media is not portraying those things as often,
Exactly.
so we don't get the opportunity to see it. So that's another reason why I was really enjoying this Korean K drama, because I got to see Koreans in a new light, got to learn some of their culture things, the things that they do, how they do them, and things of that nature. But moving on. Um, Young Jong, Mrs. Young Jong is the doctor man. As we were able to see, he was, doing his doctor thing. He came to work with flip flaps on. And changed when he got there. He was seeing patients being really, nice and everything, but you can see that he misses Dongong Moon.
Mhm.
And he was just really thinking about her, and the last day that they said goodbye, which was the last time that they played Go together.
Yes.
And he says, "But you have not beaten me yet." And she's like,
Right.
and something tells me, this is just a thought, there's a chance that he made sure that she never beat him so that he could continue to have time with her.
Mm.
I was thinking that, but anyway, he said, as she was like, "Well, this is going to be our last, tutoring session, or our moment."
Mhm.
And he was like, "Well, but you haven't beaten me yet." She said, "You are not the one that I'm trying to beat." So, you know, there was a lot of words or whatever. He was talking about how he felt lost, how go ahead, Jonathan. I know you smiling and
The one thing really wanted to say, when she said, "You're not the one I want to beat," I really thought that she was talking about old girl. I really thought that
Mhm.
she meant that in a metaphorical way
Yeah,
until later on when we
in the
see,
future. And
yes.
y'all, just to let y'all know, Jonathan has saw more than just this episode.
Yes, I'm up
S-
to episode 6 right now, so I might be talking about some things that happen later on. I won't get into details, but yes.
But yes, but she does say goodbye to him. He was very sad about that. And she
Hmm.
also told him, like, doesn't your family own a hospital? Aren't they chair people over a hospital? You don't have anything to worry about. You don't have any real issues. But he does kind of hint at that he was in a dark place, you know?
Hmm.
But moving
And she
on,
was his light.
yes, and actually he mentions that on their second meeting in this episode here.
Mm.
But after that, we have the first meetup with Hyungnam and Donghoon, when basically Donghoon gives her what she needs. Like Hyungnam gives a picture of her husband, because this who this who needs to go to glory.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And Dong Un says, okay, what I need you to do is get a driver's license. That's number one. Can you drive? Okay.
Yes.
And, they basically create the terms of their agreement, how they're going to basically work with each other and for each other.
Mm-hmm.
Um, uh, Hyung Nam needs her husband killed, and Dong-un, she needs some private investigating done. Okay,
Right.
so we have a little cute thing where we see Hyung Nam go through her process of learning how to drive and,
Mm-hmm.
and everything, and she also I I I don't know if we mentioned, but Dong-un, she actually saw what happened that night when
Yes, she
they
saw
were.
her getting beat.
So it looks like after that, um, she also made the decision that she's going to be tutoring Hyungnam's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, you know, she's going to be doing it outside of her teaching, and she does have a teaching job at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So, and even while she's tutoring her, Hyungnam's daughter was like, "Isn't it illegal to tutor outside
Outside of school.
of school?" She's like,
Right.
"Yes, but I've never been one to follow the rules of school."
Okay. Just be straight up with me. Okay, you're a criminal.
A
Okay.
criminal,
A
okay?
criminal. Okay.
But hey, it is what it is. And I also
She
thought it was go ahead.
she keeps it real at all time at all times. Like,
With
oh
a
girl,
straight
don't
face.
lie. She don't lie for nothing. She tells you how it is. You ask her a question, she might deflect. She may deflect,
Maybe.
but she will give you the real. What
And
you need to know. She'll give you what you need to know.
I think that came from her life. She hasn't had the opportunity to live in a fairy tale.
Right.
So she just lives in truth. And
Everything is
Hyungnam,
real for her.
yeah. And Hyungnam, she was so happy. She's just a happy lady because,
She is.
she when she showed her driver's license, got it. She was so happy. And then of course, I don't know if you realize, but Dongwon's been saving her money. She put
Yes.
the keys to an SUV in her, or not an SUV, but a car in her hand, and
Hmm.
she was like, "Yes, God." Well, she ain't say yes, God, but
Okay, a nice black Hyundai sedan. Yes, ma'am.
okay. And she gave she gave Dungum a hug. She was like, "All right now, you want to calm down." But yeah,
She doesn't do well with emotions. She does not do well
I
with
don't think
emotions.
it. Well, we'll
And I
explain
think
that.
it's because she's cried too much, or she hasn't been able to really deal with her emotions in a real way. I think she's always maybe put her emotions to the side. Um, but yeah, that's just something I picked up on that.
Yeah, Hyungnam, she's just a happy lady, and she had her camera lesson. Dungum taught her how to put a SD card into the camera and everything. Taught her how to point and click and everything. All of that was great. Let me ask you something. Did you see that Bentley truck? That green Bentley truck?
I believe I did. Who was driving
Jonathan,
it?
your man.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Of course I did.
Okay, but as soon as she got her, she got her orders. Dongum gave Hyungnam pictures of everybody that she needs to be following. She said, "Here's
Hmm.
all the information that I've gotten from them or gotten on them. I just need you to find out more. Everything that I don't have, I need you to enclose those holes, right?" And then from there, the first thing we see Hyungnam at is Siesta, which is that store for Jae and where what's that child name? Been having sex with him? Our weather lady.
Yes.
So when she was out there, we saw Jejun going into his green Bentley, and weather lady. I wish I had her name right here in front of me, but whatever. We saw her get into her Mercedes,
Is it
leaving.
Jin Yu? Is that her name? Jin Yu?
Is it Young Jin?
Young Jin. It might be Young Jin. I'm not sure. I know it got
I'm
a
not,
J in it somewhere.
I found it. It is Young Jin. Ha ha. We did
Young
it.
Jin. Okay.
Young Jin was in her car and leaving. It's like apparently they had another session. Okay, but she was taking all the pictures. click, 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 click. Okay. And then um from there, she went to church. Okay. Then sings my soul,
Yes,
my Savior. That and that's what they were singing.
that's what they were singing.
In Korean. I thought that was super cool, singing the Christian songs. And we saw Sarah, the drug head, up
Up in the
up on
choir
that
stand.
choir stand
Hmm.
with her pleasant smile, singing unto the Lord. Okay.
Right.
What did you think about that?
Seeing Sarah in church, I wonder why she's in church because she doesn't act as if she's a believer.
Hmm.
I'm not sure if she's being forced to go, but the thing is like she's not living with her parents or anything, so she's not under any like particular obligation to go to church. So I'm interested in wondering why she's actually going to church. That's
Well, let me
something that
ask you this:
Mhm.
did you know that her parents were the pastor and first lady?
Well, now I know. Okay.
Okay, there we go. All right. See, this is why you got to ask questions so we can be
Okay.
clear. Okay, but yes, that's why she has to come because
Gotcha.
even over in Korea, we got to get the front going.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
got to keep this mask on. Okay,
Absolutely.
you're supposed to be a child of God. Okay, come up in here every time and be a child of God. Though yeah. But yeah, I like the system that they got as far as Hyungnam and Donghoon just doing their thing, coming together and putting the oh gosh. Hyungnam asked, so how do you get the pictures if I'm only leaving this little thing in the glove compartment? How does that work? She said the pictures are here. Like,
Right. On the
hey,
thing that goes
on
into
this.
the glove department. Yes.
Once again, so cute. This is
She
like
is. She's
uh
adorable. I think
this
she
is
might be
like
my favorite character. She might
I
might be my favorite character.
possibly, I don't know. I think she might be. Anyway,
Might be.
but I like that she's a light in their relationship or whatever.
Absolutely.
But anywho, one of the last things that second to last thing that she took pictures of Hyungnam. She got pictures when they came back together. She got pictures of Haye-sol, which is Young Jin's daughter, and they got pictures of her coming out of a corneal disease, color blindness, and corrective lens store.
Hmm.
And right after that, we saw a flashback.
Yes, we
So we could
did.
put 2 and 7 together and get 9.
Okay.
We we saw a flashback of Jaejoon in school beating up some random boy
Hmm.
because there was some crosswords about colors. Apparently, he got a color wrong,
Hmm.
and he's colorblind and very sensitive about that. He
Hmm.
beat that boy to a bloody pulp.
Yes, he did.
And even after that, and it's like I'm trying to where were the teachers and the kids just looking.
Right. I didn't
And
even see a teacher. I didn't see a teacher at all
mm-mm.
in that scene.
And finally, we see Myung Oh come in there, your man, Myung Oh come in, and he's like, "Hey, hey, chill out," you know what I'm saying? Okay, he gets it, you made your
Right.
point, and then he's like, "Don't you think I can see that he's bloody? I'm colorblind, not blind," and then he kicked
Okay.
him in the chest. Like, come
Right.
on. So thoughts.
I want to say that the violence seems to be a little bit overdone, but I think it's that way because it has to be realistic. It has to feel real. It has to feel like it's serious. So I did not pick up on the color blindness situation similarities for a minute. You might be disappointed as to how long it took me to figure that thing out,
But you
but
didn't figure it out in this episode.
no, not in this episode. I think it was the fourth
Okay.
episode. It might have been the fourth
Okay.
episode. Um,
Okay.
but but
So
but yeah.
this is when we figure out baby girl is colorblind because literally right after we saw that flashback, uh, Miss little Miss Yesol, she had on her mama's green heels that Daddy has gifted her, gifted her
Yes.
mama,
Yes.
and of course, like the house lady or the lady that was taking care of her, she's like, I told her she shouldn't be wearing these. And she's like, oh no, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Young Jim was like, don't worry about it.
Hmm.
And she said, these shoes are green, mama, right? No, they're red. It's like she was automatically waiting. Oh, poor little girl. She was automatically waiting for them to say, no, it's not that, it's this. And at least Yeonjin was being as good of a mother as she could, right?
She is a wonderful mother.
She let her know, like, look, it's not about what color they are. That doesn't matter. What matters is that these are expensive.
I take that back. She's not a wonderful mother because she's teaching her child that expensive things are all that matters. She's teaching her child that this the money is all that you're worth. Yeah, no, she's not a good mother. Scratch that.
Scratch that. Okay.
Yes.
But little Yes Soul, she is colorblind, and to receive colorblind lists, usually there has to be a line of that, and we will.
Hmm.
So Jaejun, he's colorblind, and ooh we might have a situation on our hands.
I think we do.
All right, and I had to look it up, and I did see that Yeonjin Park, she still has her maiden name. She doesn't change anything. I'm not sure if I would think they would change their last names.
You would think so.
The park, because they usually do first last name then first name.
Right.
So it's Park Yeonjin, but for Yesol is Ha Yesol, which is using her daddy, her not her real daddy, but her daddy's last name. But with the color blindness, Yeonjin made sure to tell her daughter, "Don't tell daddy." And it's like she was like, "And don't tell daddy, right?" Yes.
Right.
Don't
And I just
tell
realized
him.
why she told her not to tell her daddy. I just now, like within the last 5 seconds, I just now realized why she said, "Don't
Ew.
tell daddy." Okay.
Whew, King Jesus. Okay, so now we're at the country club. Okay,
Yes.
the country club that Jae um family owns, and I think he's like over it now, which was one of the
Hmm.
dreams that they were, Dong was talking about. So that's your dream, you want to own that club, and
Right.
it is. And guess who was there trying to get a membership at this club?
Mm, mm, mm.
It was Do Young's mama, aka Jin, the lady he's been poking for a while.
Her husband's mama.
Her husband's mama.
Yeah.
Child, as soon as she realized, because she said the woman that was talking to him was already a member of the country club.
Right.
They complimented the dumplings. Oh, the dumplings are amazing here and all that good stuff. But she was like, her son is the CEO of this construction company. And then he was like,
Mm.
construction company.
Oh, ain't but one. I was about to say one nigga. Ain't but one. Ain't
Yes.
but one man in this story, a construction man, honey. Okay.
Okay. And he automatically did a flashback of them coming back down the aisle after they got married and him looking like this.
Right.
Oh gosh. But she wanted to be a part of the country club. Child, he kept a smile on,
Hmm.
but walked away, said, "Give me
The
that
face was
application."
there. The face
Okay.
was there. He kept a smile on his face. He was very cordial with her. Didn't make her feel like he didn't like. Thankfully, he didn't make it seem like he was going to actually let her in. He
Exactly.
said, y'all
We'll
do what
see.
y'all need to do to make it seem like she gonna actually get in this country club getting what
Okay.
she made.
And then on
Yeah,
top of that, he said, "Throw away all the dumplings. We don't sell dumplings no
all
more."
the dumplings, all of
Just
them.
because the woman like him. That just
What?
lets you know how crazy that man is. He
Okay,
has a
he
problem.
is clearly has an issue. Clearly has an
Okay.
issue.
Okay. And I wrote down he is a maniac. It's like that's just so stupid. If you don't want her in, don't want her in. But throw away all the dumplings.
Do you think
Anyway.
that's the reason why old girl doesn't want to marry him? Because he got money too.
To be honest, I don't think it's on the level that she wants. And
Oh,
let's be real. When you've been around or with somebody all your life and it's just been sex, a lot of times it will
yeah.
not translate into true love.
You're right about that. Because if it ain't love by the second year, y'all been messing around, then it ain't coming at all.
Y'all literally just messing around.
Yeah. Okay, I get it. I get it now.
And he's the only one that's invested in wanting more. But she wanted even more. Moving on, as in status and money,
Right.
because all he has is that siesta and that golf, that country club,
Mm-hmm.
compared to a whole construction company.
Mm-hmm.
It's not there. So now we're to the moment that you have been waiting for, Jonathan. When Do Young spots Donggun on the train. Oh wait, no, not that. Dong, my bad. Wrong names. Dong Young spots Dong Un at the Go House. That's where they were at. My bad. And she was out there playing Go, and she was getting people for their paper. Okay, she
Okay.
made 20,000 won in that one sitting. Okay, and Do Young, what is basically the husband of Young Jin,
Mm-hmm.
and let's be real. We know that Dong went to that Go House for a reason, to be seen.
Okay.
Okay, it's all a part of the plan. Okay,
All of it. All of it.
and it sparked his interest in such a major way, to
Mm-hmm.
the point that when he got home, he was still thinking about the girl.
Okay. Playing
But
it by himself. Okay. Making
okay,
his own moves, honey. He's probably
okay,
trying to see how he can beat her. That's probably what it was.
man. Let's see. Oh, and as we continue on Hyung Nam's secret agent girl situation, we saw a bus. It's in a day or whatever, and what's her name? Hey Jong was getting off the bus. She's the flight attendant,
Our flight
and she
attendant,
was,
yes.
trying to hit
Slash
people
dry
up.
cleaning worker.
Okay. She was trying to hit
Uh,
up Jae which is the colorblind young man. That's why, say he's colorblind. Colorblind young man, trying to get him to come pick her up so, they could do something. She's gonna be off for a day. She texted him or whatever. And she turned around after there was a car horn or whatever. She turned around, yeah.
guess
Young
who it
Nam,
was,
she
y'all?
she turned around. Young Nam, she turned around and she was like, oh, and and
Right.
ran into some facility or something like that, and watched from through the glass door to see what was going on, just so
Right.
she could keep an eye on him. But it was Myung Oh in the green Bentley truck. Okay. Um. Unfortunately, hey Joan, thought she had a friend. Okay. Of course, the windows are very much so tinted. She was looking, hey. And then when she saw it was Myungo, it was like,
Yeah. Yeah,
the
she
reason why
didn't
is
want to
because
see him.
he's not the one with the money.
No, he's not. And that is so sad. That is so sad to me because that man is fine.
And he apparently wants her.
Clearly. And she won't give him the time of day. But that's all right. You ain't worth nothing. You ain't got nothing. Okay. So there. Okay.
How about that? So one thing I didn't, this is yet another thing I didn't realize watching this show. I didn't know that he was the one that was vetting her. I can't say John's because she was just basically try to find somebody rich to marry.
Right.
And she would remember people from first class, and flirt and all that stuff. She got to know this one guy, and she had Myung Oh to dig and find information on the man that she's currently with. He owns
Mhm.
horses in Jeju, which is an island off of Korea, South Korea.
Mhm.
So it's expensive. He got money, and then she asked him and offered money to give more information on who is his ex-wife and how was she like, what just basically trying to be everything that is or the opposite. Who knows? But that was great. What you think about that? Because man, she thought she had a friend.
Yeah, I was it took me a little bit by surprise the way that she treated him, And it's like y'all are really on the same level right now. Like both of y'all are literally on the same level.
You get
So
it?
how could you talk to him like you all high and mighty, like you Miss Prissy, Miss Korea, Miss whatever.
Miss
You
Korea,
all that in a
yes.
bag of chips, and you on the
Okay.
same. You might be even lower than him because at least at least he's connected directly to someone who got a company. Okay, but you know
Yeah,
it,
but
it
in the hierarchy, if you think about it, it is more like she's above him. He is the lowest on the totem pole
he
because
is
he's basically
technically.
like the do boy. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But
And
you know,
he's literally working for
she's
her
just above him. Like she is just above him on the totem
only
pole.
because she's a flight attendant. She has a
Right.
job and she's able to find dudes or
And she ain't got no
whatever.
man.
Lord.
At least not
Well,
now.
she's on her way.
She
Anyway,
is.
so yeah, Do Young was out at the house like we talked about, thinking about Donghoon playing Go, and then he talked about talked to Young Jin, about their dating, and she was like, "You had three blind dates. This is how they'd be doing, especially with people of status. They do blind dates, and they basically choose who they're going to marry from the blind dates. They don't really
Right.
court like that. It's like, oh, okay, you seem cool. Let's get married."
Right.
So he said, she was like, out of all the three, why did you choose me? He said, you're the one that had the least clothes on. That makes you feel great.
Oh, it makes
And
you
she smiled
feel
with that.
easy, okay? Because you are easy, girl.
Yeah, they alluded to having relations. Oh, and she also spoke about how she doesn't understand why he be playing Go. You spend all your time with that. It gets on my nerves.
Right. It shows
Whatever.
you how different they are. And it begs the question, why are y'all together? Like what is the point of y'all being married? Are y'all just married
Maybe
just to be married?
maybe it really is just status. She's
It
just a
must
really
be.
beautiful woman. Even
Yeah.
she's a forecaster. Like,
Hmm.
but anywho, now for real, now we're to our favorite moment. Well, I know it's your favorite moment when Donghoon uh meets up or sees. Well, she's going to tutor
Right.
Hyung Nam's daughter as she has been on the train, so she will get away with that illegal stuff. But on the same train was Yeonjung, and their eyes meet and they
Yeah.
see each other. I will have to say it's apparently been years since they have seen each other. The way that they
That's what it's
paused,
that's what it seems like. It seems like it's been a minute since they've seen each other.
yes. And so, what do you think about that meeting there?
I love that moment. That was probably my favorite moment in the whole episode because Moon's face in that moment when she saw him, it dropped. But it dropped in the most beautiful way. Her face was so relaxed. Her face, that you saw love in her face. Like you can tell that she sees something in this man. Now she won't tell him that she sees something in this man. She won't let him know that she think he cute. You know what I'm saying? She ain't gonna do all that, but her face in that moment was so beautiful. And I had never seen her that relaxed in this
Mm,
entire series before this moment. And
yeah.
it was just so beautiful. And the way that he looks at her, like it's a given that he wants her bad.
Oh yeah.
He want her. Okay.
Okay.
It's clear. So it's obvious for him. You know, I'm used to him grinning ear to ear whenever he sees her. But for her to have that reaction for him in the
Right.
most subtle way, it was so beautiful.
Mm-mm-mm.
And
Yes.
she told the old girl, "We're gonna start in 10 minutes, okay?
Okay.
We're gonna start in 10 minutes. I got
But
some
you know
conversation
what?
to do."
He did. She didn't ignore him, which is very sweet because she could have.
Right.
But I
But she had
feel
been
like,
ignoring his text though.
yeah, but it's like with that, I feel like she believes she owed him something. At least in that space. Now that we're face to face, it's like, well, I can't just like
She there was no way that she could have seen him and not talk to him. Like there's no way she could have done that. Like that would have been cruel for her to see
it would
him and not
have.
talk to him.
But the talk was sweet. And we found out that he was
Very
doing
sweet.
medic stuff in the military.
Hmm.
And she asked him, weren't you receiving any? He was like, you couldn't write. He said, like, well, I, I didn't know you can receive, mail. And he said, yeah, most people receive love letters and things of that nature. And he did have a flashback to the letters that he was receiving. Did you see that?
Right. Yes, he lied about the fact that he doesn't get love letters because it's clear that he gets some type of letters. Okay.
Okay, Jonathan, I need you to take a step back. The letter actually said it was from a correctional facility.
Oh wow. Oh. Okay.
That's those letters. Okay, so
Gotcha.
love, I think not. But yes, those letters were coming from a correctional facility. So just wanted to make sure
Wow.
you knew that. And she did know that he was in the military because the old men at the park where they would, play,
Play go.
they told him that he went to go surf and be in be in the military. Like, well, okay, and he came back. Um, let's see. Oh, he said he told Dong Un Moon Dugum that she is why he has a kind heart.
Isn't that beautiful? The way that he said that at that time he was going through he was in a very, very dark place. And every time that they played Go, that was the light in his life at the moment. And the fact that he saw the need to let her
Hmm.
know the impact that she has had on his life is so amazing because I don't think she's anyone's ever told her anything like that before. And I think he knew that that would soften her heart towards him. And I think it might have. But I love the fact that he told her because it was his truth and he
It
shared it.
was his
And I'm so
truth,
glad he did.
and we will be finding out soon why he's receiving letters from the correctional office and why he was in that dark space. Um, so we'll find that out in the future. The owner of her Dongwon's apartment that is right across the way from Yunjin's house was
Hmm.
basically asking her like, "Do you even live here?"
Right, because your electricity bill ain't nothing,
Okay.
okay? And you ain't barely here at all. So what's up,
Well, what are you
girl?
doing? She ducked and dodged them questions. You know what I'm
She
saying? And
did.
she kept Dongwon kept it moving.
She is a master at deflecting with her answers. She is a master at doing
Absolutely.
that.
uh
Master.
oh, and Hyung Nam, they came together again. Hyung Nam, they talked about, all of her stuff that she's been going through. This is the time where Hyung Nam jumped in the back seat of the car and scared Dongwon.
Right.
And she was smiling, she was happy. She says, I'm a happy person. And Dungan was like, why? I wish I would have, made sure that you weren't a happy person before doing this. And
Right.
this is the moment where Dungan explains the reason why she doesn't want to smile with Hyungnam. It's
Hmm.
just because I may forget my purpose in doing this. If
Right.
I find joy, I may lose my focus in what I'm trying to do here. This is why
Right.
she keeps her straight face. It's not that she doesn't have emotion. She chooses to leave emotion by the wayside so she can stay focused on what she's trying to do. Because as we all can see, this is just episode 3. This is going to be a very involved um, plans to get these people, get this revenge that she's looking for. And she don't
Hmm.
have no time to be laughing and joking because we actually saw her laugh with Hyung Nam because, once again, she's cute.
She is. She's adorable.
So she explained that, but Hyung Nam might have found out. She helped us see why um Donggun was trying to follow the chairman. The chairman just so happened to be
Yes.
the chairman um happened to be with a male lover. She already previously found some erectile dysfunction pills and all that stuff, prescriptions for
Hmm.
that, and she was able to get answers on that. But she actually said out loud, she said, "I guess it doesn't matter who you're using it with as long as it works."
Right. Exactly. And that's the truth.
Okay, so golly. Next, I've already explained, why. Oh, this down. That's a remote. We already explained why Dongon keeps her distance. So she got flowers for her old teacher, Mr. Kim.
She sure did. She sure did.
And that's Sohun's dad, which is another teacher, somebody trying to pass their teacher's thing. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And he drove to the house to see Dongon giving Mr. Kim, these flowers, and he's like, how do you know my daddy?
Right.
And then of course we get the flashback of him taking off that Rolex and
Mm-hmm. Beating her, hit her at least 10 times. At least 10 times.
beating the
At least.
tar out
Right
of
across the
Dongon.
face.
Oh, Lord Jesus. And what I love about this moment, how Dongon smiled the whole time while he was
The
over here trying to figure out
whole
who is this
time.
girl?
The whole time.
You don't
Smile
remember
never
me?
left her face. Never left her face. It was
And I love
perfection.
it.
It was perfection.
And they got the flowers. That's it on that. We move on. So Dongon meets up with Myungo on the roof of that building.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, "Why are we here?" And he was like, "So, do you remember Young Sohee?" And you could kind of see he was like, yeah." She fell from the very building that they were on at the
Mm-hmm.
time, and what she said is like, he was asking, "So who did it?" Because it wasn't me. She's like, "I'm," and he was even trying to bully her at the time, while they were
Right.
together. And he
Acting like he was gonna throw her off the roof himself.
exactly. And she just laughed in his face because we all know, once again, we already discussed, Myungo is at the bottom of that totem pole.
Right.
We know you ain't that dude.
Mm-hmm.
So he was like, "Who killed her? Who pushed her off? Because it wasn't me." She's like, "I'm not saying it was you." Anywho, he said, once she said, basically this is a blackmail scheme so that he can find out who actually did it and blackmail them.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's going on with that. Did you see the 10 hairs that he gave him? Her.
Yes, and I was not sure why he had those 10 hairs and whose hairs they were. And I think I later figured that out. But yes, I did notice that.
Yes, they were Jung Jaejoon's. Yeah, Jaejoon's hair. 10. And of course, the way he was able to get it, once again, he's the lackey. So he's all up in his stuff all the time. So there you go. So he was able to
Hmm.
get those 10 hairs. And let's be real, we trying to get a Dana test.
Okay.
That's what we need. And he automatically said, "So you had a baby with," she's like, "No, you are more apt to have a baby from him than I am." Okay.
Okay. Child. Heck no.
From Jaejoon. Okay, come on now, moving forward.
Please.
So
I hate his hair, to be honest. Like I don't like his hair at all. It
who?
bothers me.
Jaejoon?
Jejun. Jejun.
Mm,
His
it is a
like it's either gonna be long or short, but that in the middle stuff, like I can't get with it. I'm sorry.
it's yet another popular haircut out there.
Oh, okay.
There, but I will warn you, there's another haircut that's gonna be way worse than
Uh-oh.
that you will see
Ye-
soon, and you're gonna be like,
I've seen it. Is it one of those
"Okay,
teachers?
mm-hmm."
Yes, yes, yes. I've seen that too. But he's on a much lower level. Okay.
Yeah. Sarah. Okay, she's been sexing and drugging. Mama found her with two naked men's passed out. And she had to be revived so that she can be a part of her special art exhibition.
I
Uh,
love the fact that the mother told the nurse not to put the IV in her hand, to put it in her arm. Y'all, I've had plenty of IVs. When they put that IV or stick you anywhere in your hand, it's terrible.
it's painful.
It's terrible.
I've had it too. Yes.
It's terrible.
And
Oh,
she's right. It does hurt worse if you don't if you have it in hand versus the arm. But it's
yeah,
apparent
just
that
give it to me in my arm.
this is the first time. Well, this is the time that we see that this is not the first time her mother has had to come there, erect
Obviously.
shop. Not only did she have basically 2 ushers from the church with her to help
Okay.
get them random people, men's, out of that house, apartment, or whatever. But she also
But
had
booty naked.
nurses, but booty naked. But she also had nurses on hand to basically get her IV, get her some get her some nutrients and sustenance in her body so she could be ready for the next day. And she had an exhibition, and you can even see in her eyes like she's not a well-rested lady, but she
Not
had
at
to go
all.
ahead and put on a face. And at this exhibition she was sipping champagne with her friends. They all came, and Jay June,
Hmm.
he did offer, wanted to get one of her huge paintings. I'm sure it was a whole lot of money.
Right.
But she had this pink outfit on with this bow, like just trying to look all, what did
I
you
didn't
think
like
of?
that shade of pink. I
It
didn't
was
I
a bit
didn't like it.
much.
It
It was a bit
wasn't it
much.
wasn't nice.
She said, "Y'all have my drink," so she could go with her
Talk
mother.
to this high class lady. Okay.
Hello. Oh, thank you for
Right.
buying 3. Thank you so much. And kept it pushing.
Right.
Child, that whole thing, she put on that face and she basically did what she had to do to keep money going. Um, but back at the last scene of this whole episode, we've made it. I didn't think we'd be talking this long about this, but I'm starting to feel like the more that we find out about these people, the more there's going to be to say about it. But we're back
Yeah.
at the gym. Yeonjin's about to be given a given an award from her old school that she is an alumni of.
Did you hear what the award was? Because all I heard was her name. I didn't hear what she was getting an award for,
I think it's for
actually.
an achievement because she's a people see her on TV, so people like to
Okay.
recognize like, hey, she's on TV. She's a forecaster. She came from this school. Here's an award to let y'all know she came from our school.
Hmm.
But before this award ceremony, all the friends were there, the bullies, and Dong Young, wearing her white, walks in.
Tell me why the students were standing in the gym as if they were a marching band in single file line, spaced out like perfectly. Like I was like, what's this?
It's a
I
whole
don't
different
like this.
culture, a different
Yes,
culture.
right.
That's what that is.
Obviously,
So, what were you
obviously.
thinking when Donghoon walked inside the gym?
I said that all white, honey. That all white coming there looking. She looked rich when she walked up in
She looked
that.
real good.
She looked rich. Okay, like she got money. Okay,
Yeah.
so the glow up is real for
Yes.
Moon, and I didn't know what she was coming in to do, but I know I was ready to see it.
Yeah. As soon as she came in, they were the only. Not everybody recognized her. Nobody. I think the only person that recognized her was
Was the guy? Wasn't it? Wasn't it Jeonju?
Jae Jung. I think
I
so.
think he was the one that recognized her.
Yeah. And did you see the
Because
way Young Jin
the
was staring at
girls thought
her?
that she was the dead girl for some reason. Didn't they
No,
think that
not
she
the
was the
dead
dead girl?
girl. The girl that came after Dong Moon. No, 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 no. Because
Oh,
the girl that came after her works in the siesta, so they know who she is. But I think a
okay,
girl that came before her, not the one that went to glory, but the girl that came before her. And they kept on
okay.
saying the girl that came before Dong Moon or Moon Dong. So they kept on thinking it was her. But of course, Young Jin knew exactly who she was after a reminder.
Hmm.
And she was
And
like, "What are you doing here?"
that was the first time I'd ever seen any type of intimidation from her. The first
Yeah.
time that she didn't automatically smile, didn't get that sinister smile. The first, like, I was waiting for her face to change, but her face was stuck on shock. And I was like,
She got him.
she
She
got
asked
her.
her, "What are you doing here? You're not even a
An
alumni."
alumni,
Yeah, because y'all
right?
made me y'all,
You dropped out, girl.
I had to drop out cuz y'all, ooh, godly.
Right.
So, once she gathered her composure, Young Jin, she was like, "So, what are you doing with your life?" Basically smiling, I'm sure that she's still at that factory. He's like, "I'm a teacher now." Oh, okay, all right. Yeah, basically, and just kept that going. And then we went to a flashback of what she did earlier, possibly that day. And oh yeah, before I say that, she did also mention that I do come here from time to time, and it
Right, she
just so
did say
happened to.
that.
And she said, just so happened that all my friends are here.
All my friends, all
Hmm.
of my friends are here. How
Child.
lovely.
Child. But in this flashback, we found out why she was getting all this information on the chairman. This chairman was a chairman over private schools. So the
Mm-hmm.
information that she gathered, with him being with a man, and she said, does your two children know that they're about to split your inheritance with this man, your driver?
Okay.
He was like, where'd you get this information? Have you been going through my trash? Apparently. Okay. This is,
Okay.
I got your whole will. Okay. Of course I've been going
Okay.
through your
We
trash.
see the shredded paper right in front of me. Yes, absolutely. Been going through your trash, sir.
Oh gosh. And then she was like, I need to be a teacher, just for me to keep this all to myself. I need to
Okay.
be a teacher at this school, this grade,
And when does she need to start, Jennifer? When does she need to start?
3 days ago, right now. Okay. And I have already quit my other teaching job. I do
Okay.
have an apartment in the area of this school,
Okay. I
which
came
is
prepared.
why she wasn't living there. She had an apartment there. You see how she put things together?
Mhm. Yes,
She had an
absolutely.
apartment there so she can teach at that school. Um, and of course, look at their backyard whenever she wants to. That is crazy.
Okay.
Anyway, and she said that I need to work at the school. And of course, one thing I've learned with Korea, blackmail is everything. So, um she got the job and she was walking around the school, and the first thing she did was touch Hayan Soul's uh name tag on the little locker or whatever that's for her.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know or didn't put it together, she is now Yeonjin's daughter's teacher.
Yes. 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 See, when I thought when I was thinking of revenge, I thought the revenge was just going to be the killing. Okay, that's all that I was. I did not think that everything would be so intricate and so well planned out. Like whoever wrote this series is a genius because everything is so perfect.
So put
She
together.
she gonna be your teacher, and ain't nothing you can do about it.
Yes. Child. So we came at the end. The last scene is we were back in the
At the
what's it called?
assembly.
Yeah, at the assembly at the gym, and
Hmm.
she says, "Disturbing and terrifying. This is what the rest of their lives are going to be. Disturbing and terrifying. That's what Dong lets them know, or was it through a voiceover? I don't know,
I think it was
but
through a voiceover. I don't think she told them
yeah,
directly.
yeah. Because even if they would have told her, they would have laughed at her. But it's like they about to find
Right.
out. So
Okay.
Young Jin gets her reward, got some flowers, and all the clapping died down. But in the way back, we see Dungon in white standing and clapping. Woo! Let's give it up for Young Jin.
Okay. Now this is after everybody else is
Woo!
done. This is after everybody else is done clapping, y'all. The room is silent. She in the back clapping and saying, "Oh, young Jen, yeah, woo woo."
And Young Jin's
Girl,
looking at her like this.
girl. She just ruined her moment.
and,
Completely ruined her moment.
and her friends, they look back like, what? Oh, okay. But that was the end of the episode. Any thoughts on this one before we get out of here?
This show is on another level, more entertaining than any American show that I've seen. And maybe there probably are out there. I'm just not into the drama stuff. I typically go for romance or for comedy. So this has opened my eyes to a new genre and opened my horizons, broadened my horizons to something
Yes.
different. The characters in here are perfectly written, and I love that about them. And the good thing about this story is Moon is going to succeed. You just know that she's going to succeed. Nothing is going to stop her from succeeding. That's the point of the show. That's the
Not even
premise of the
emotions.
show. She's going to succeed. Period. And as long as I know that, I'm good. I'm just taking it all in. I'm just taking it
And
all
happy to
in.
watch.
This is a wonderful show. Thank you.
Absolutely. You're welcome. All right. I thank you guys. I'm so. Am I sorry that it made it this long? I don't know, but it is what it is.
No, it's just
Okay.
how it ended up.
Yeah. But I hope you guys are enjoying this show like we are. Um Jonathan, go ahead and let them know about yourself.
Yes, my Instagram is JoJo_speaks3020. My Facebook is Jonathan Lee. My email is williamjonathanlee@gmail.com. I do have a YouTube channel. It's called JoJo Speaks. The name of it rather is JoJo Speaks. Just type that into the search bar. My show should pop right, my channel rather should pop right on up. I post videos every Thursday night at 9:30 with hot topics and social commentary with Jennifer, Tyrone, and our friend Mike. So join us Thursdays at 9:30. JoJo Speaks on YouTube. Subscribe, like, share, comment, press the notification bell, all that good stuff.
All right, thank you so much for that. And of course, I am the Light of the Leo. This is my channel. You can follow me on TikTok at the Light of the Leo. You can follow me on Instagram at the Light of the Leo, and of course here at YouTube at the Light of the Leo. Y'all continue to follow this journey. Come with me on this journey that we have going here. I think you really will continue to enjoy what we are talking about, and I really want you guys to give me your comments. Let me know what y'all think about these different moments that we have seen on this show, The Glory. This show is everything. Everything. And I want to know if y'all
Tell us
enjoying
who
it
your
too.
favorite character is. Tell us who your favorite character is and why. We want to know that from the people watching. Who's your favorite character and why? Who's your favorite
Now,
character, Jennifer?
um, I really think it's Hyung Nam. Because of her, she was able to find the joy, though she has a domestic violent relationship. So she
Right.
was able to find joy in the midst of that, especially with having a daughter. Like all of that can bring you down.
She
But
finds joy in the little things, and that's what I love about
yes,
her.
yes.
I
But yeah,
think my
she's my
favorite
favorite.
character. I think my favorite character is Moon's man. I don't know what his name is, but I think
His name
he's
is
my
Yeon Jong.
Young Jong. Yes, and I love his mother too. I love his mother. Her hair is everything to me. Like the curls, they curl a girl. Like yes, yes.
Now, as far as just acting is concerned, I am kind of in awe of Young Jin. And as we continue to see how things go, you will understand why I am so here for her acting. Her acting is amazing. Though she is the main villainess,
Mm-hmm.
when she loses it, honey. Okay. Anywho, I'm gonna leave that there. I thank you guys so much for joining us. Please go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe on this channel at the Light of the Leo. We'll see y'all later.
Bye, y'all.
Every Wednesday, we'll be here.